Hi, how are you, Ko?
Kamu gimana
Good.
kabarnya, Nana?
How are you, Nana?
Alhamdulillah sehat
Thank God,
sehat. Ini
healthy.
Kak,
Yep.
beneran ya sih masih
So,
boleh
is it
manggil
true?
kok
I
Ahok
mean, can
atau
I
Kak Ahok
still
nggak
call
sih?
you
Karena
Ko
aku
Ahok
berani
or
tuh kalau
Mr.
ketemu Kak
Ahok?
Ahok kalau
Because I
dipanggil
was
Ahok nggak
told
mau
that
nih.
Mr. Ahok does not want to reply when you call him Mr. Ahok. Who told you that?
Katanya
No, it's
sekarang
really
pokoknya kalau
free.
manggil harus
So they said
BTP
that right
gitu
now we
namanya
have to
Ahok.
call you
Oh ya kok
Basuki,
kita mah dari dulu
BTP.
kok Ahok aja santai
But
aja
I
ini.
have been calling
Gak
you Mr.
masalah.
Ahok and that's fine, right? Yeah, no problem.
Nggak pernah masalah. Sehat
No,
ya tapi
never
Kak.
a problem.
Baik.
Okay, so doing good?
Ya Kakak
Yep,
udah bisa apa?
yep.
8 bulan kan ya?
And your child can now do what?
Minus
Right now,
gendong
8
lah.
months, right? Always wanting to be in my arms,
Dia
carrying.
patah-patah gitu kan udah mulai
Starting to
berjalan
walk,
Tidak bisa
right?
melangkah sih.
Crawling, actually. Okay, crawling.
mirip siapa ya?
And who does she look like? I think like
Nggak
daddy.
tahu. Ada yang
I
mirip
don't
bapak,
know.
ada
Some
yang
say
mirip
yes like
mamanya yang
that.
ketiga,
Some say like
ibunya.
the third child
Oh
or
masih
like
Daud.
relatives. Oh, you mean like Daud? Yeah. Chubby cheeks. Very
Oh, jadi
cute.
sekarang kesibukan utama
So,
apa?
right now you're busy with?
Kita yang sibuk jadi Pertamina.
Well, busy with Pertamina.
Seminggu
So, almost in a
minimal 2
week,
kali,
I
3
would have a
kali.
minimum of 2 to 3 times meetings. Mm-hmm.
Seminggu 3
So,
kali,
in
2
a
kali,
week,
3 kali.
2, 3
Ya,
times
yang
meetings?
guru pasti
Yes, yes.
rapat
What's definite is
BOD,
BOD,
BOC,
BOC,
seminggu sekali.
that is
Nah,
once a
yang
week,
lain
and the
biasa
rest
kita ikut,
would
ya
be,
lihat kita orang wawancara
we
calon
would
direksi.
be looking at
Jadi
interviews of
utamanya
future
sebenarnya
directors.
sekarang urusan
Okay,
Pertamina
so
atau
right
ada
now
urusan
mostly it is
lain?
about Pertamina, or do you have other
Umumnya udah
things that you
Pertamina
do
ya,
as well?
kan kita
Well,
ya
yeah,
urusan
essentially Pertamina,
jadi
but there's
advisor
also
perusahaan
being an
termasuk
advisor of a
mau coba bikin
company.
usaha juga
So we're
itu.
trying to make a company as well.
Oh, jadi balik bisnis
Ah,
balik
so
bisnis
back
banget
to
nih.
being a businessman, true
Ya
businessman.
kita
So
coba
you
lah
have
ya,
other businesses as
artinya
well? Well, yeah,
situasi ya
meaning
realita
that
ya begitu.
the situation, the
Apalagi
reality,
setelah
it is like
dicap
that, especially after
stigma penista
the
agama, semua
stigma
orang takut.
of the religious blasphemy, people are afraid.
Jadi terbatas gitu kok.
So
Apa
limited,
Ahok
you
yang
mean,
membatasi
or
diri
do you
atau
limit
memang
yourself,
merasa
or
agak
do you
dijauhi
feel
orang
like
atau
people
gimana?
take a distance from
Itu
you,
sih
or
nggak,
how
saya
is it?
kira
Not that they take a
ada
distance, no,
pandangan
but
tuh
there is this
seolah-olah
view as if,
ada sebagian ya
well,
menganggap
some
begitu, takut.
actually, they are afraid,
Nanti demo lagi nih kalau
afraid that there
mulai
would be
kita
another demonstration if I kick back.
Tapi memang ini
So,
memang
but
masih pengen
actually,
berpisah.
do you
Kalau
still
politik masih
want to
masih
go
ingat
back
atau
in
udah
politics? I
malas
mean,
sekali urusan
politics, do you
politik?
still recall, or you don't
saya
want to
sebetulnya
deal
masuk
with
ke
it?
politik itu
Well,
bukan
actually,
karena mau
I
jadi
am
politik
in politics not because I would
karena
like to be
pepatah
in
kuno Cina
politics,
kan
but that there
orang
is a
miskin nggak bisa
Chinese
lawan
old
orang kaya,
saying that
orang
the
kaya
poor
nggak bisa
cannot
menang
go
pejabat.
against the rich and the rich
Jadi
cannot
kalau
go
mau
against the
menangkan
government.
pajak jadi pejabat.
So, if you would like to do that, you have to
Terus
be
saya selalu
in the
bilang,
government.
kalau
And
kalian
I
benar, yang
always say
rasis-rasis
that
kalau
these
benar,
racist people, if you feel that you're right,
saya berhenti berpolitik
then
kok.
I would
Tapi kalau
stop
mau
being
munafik,
in
wah,
politics.
jadi
But
pahlawan
if
begitu.
you are a hypocrite, I would definitely kick your
Saya
ass.
jadi
Jadi kalau sekarang
So,
masih
right
merasa
now,
bisa
you still feel
ada kesempatan atau masih
that
ada
there is a
keinginan itu?
chance, or do you still have the
ya
will?
sekarang kalau secara logika kan saya
Well,
udah
right
cukup
now,
jadi kepala daerah.
logically,
Selesai udah.
my chances are closed.
Tapi masih masuk partai.
But
Perjuangan
you're
kan
still
kalau
in a
masih
party,
bukan
you're
anggota,
still in
baru masuk.
PDI, you have a member card, you just entered actually. Well, if you would like to make a change in the country, you need to be in a political party.
Hanya partai politik yang bisa
But
menentukan negara
only a
ini mau
political
tetap utuh
party can define whether a country would stay united or fall apart. So the ambition is then still there. Not ambition, I would say. Ambition seems negative. No, not necessarily. So I remember you said in our earlier interviews, well, I would prefer another word, not ambition, but desire.
Desire.
Okay, so desire.
Aku ulang deh katanya.
So let me rephrase that. Is the desire still there? Yeah.
Iya, kalau mau
Yeah, of course. If you would like to go against assholes, you have to be in the government.
Masih banyak orang bilang,
And there are still a lot of assholes in Indonesia. What do you think?
dia kesel ya.
You are pissed off by yourself, right?
realistisnya Ahok
So, yeah, so realistically, how high of a public position can you be in? Well, I guess it is difficult. Even if the president would like to take me, people are prepared for a demonstration. So professor even would not take me. That is the truth. Professor who? I would not say the name, but it is about this faith. It's not easy. So, therefore, I tell people that you would like to hate me or kill me. I would appreciate that. That is your right. But I also have the right to believe in my faith, to love you, to pray for you, so that you would have the right understanding, just like me, about Allah. Okay, so I remember in our earlier interviews, the reason why you are in politics, you would like to help more people, right? If you are someone rich, you can help, you can reach out, but not that much. But if you are in politics, you can reach out to more people. I remember that is something that you always said. Yeah, it's true. And it means that aim is still there. Your will, your desire with these public policies is still there. Yeah, because that is what could help the most people. So that is something that could really help. So therefore, I am very grateful that I am in Pertamina because, let me give you, for instance, people think that being someone rich, close to power, that you could do anything. That's what people thought, if we remember back in the old days. But these big rich people, they are big because they are in power. Pertamina is actually the richest in Indonesia and it is spread throughout Indonesia. And this is BUMN, government owned. So there is power. So supposedly Pertamina is richer than the rich peoples who have the backing of government because they have the power themselves. So with this COVID situation right now, Pertamina could be an economic automotive. So we have CSR 1.3 trillion. So if we help farmers alone, I think that Indonesia it's not 300 million self-sufficient. So spot on, 300 billion is enough and we don't need to import rice anymore. So not just giving out money. So like these refineries, president says like 5 years just went by, nothing is built. Nothing is being upgraded. So thank God the president was chosen for the second period while he's on fire. So that is actually the truth, the facts. So I tell you that if I say that they don't understand, that is not the case because they are smart. Who do you think would disobey? Well, Pertamina and then oil and gas, everyone is very smart. Doctors, professors. But the thing is, nothing is being done. So 5 years of Mr. Jokowi, nothing is being done. So those refineries, sorry, like my voice is lost right now because I really got mad before this. Who were you mad at? I just really got mad. So this is what people miss from you. So it's true then, because there was this issue of giving out positions, political positions, these volunteers who spent their sweat, they need to have their position. Do you agree? That's why I asked the question, am I actually professional or do I just get the seat because I am in the party? But they say that I get this position because of my professionalism. So I asked Eric, no. I asked to the one who criticized. So I'm like, I am not taking apart the position from the political party. No, as a professional. Although you are from PDIP, yeah. So people say that it's always the case, like if we spend a lot of sweat, we know the vision and mission of the president, they need to have the priority to get a seat. Do you think that argument can be accepted? I don't think that is correct. So therefore, BUMN, Mr. Eric, has put in many good people. We are all carefully selected. So we are a committee of hard work. So therefore, every week we have meetings to decide futures. So these futures in the direction or committee, they are professionals. Okay, so apart from that, what you mentioned, there's the stigma of these religious blasphemy. Apart from that, do you think that Chinese or Arabs like me, can we become presidents? Arabs? Yes, of course.
Bisa agama lagi. Karena
Because
dianggap khusus.
Ahok is then,
Kan Arab paling khusus.
oh sorry, Arabs is then the most special, right?
Oh, secara undang-undang sudah oke.
So in terms of the rights, yes, you can.
Keyakinan.
But people play in the factor of faith. But I mean, because I remember Mr. Eric said has the ambition of 2024, and he says he's not Javanese. So Javanese cannot make it there, especially Arabs or
Buktinya orang lebih
Chinese.
Arab hebat Cina, Cina lebih bawah.
No, no. I think people would still prefer Arabs compared to Chinese. Chinese is at the low rank. Unless if the Arab is Christian, then it would be difficult. Yeah, it would be difficult if you're Arabian and Christian. Okay, so this is for catatan Najwa bertemu Indonesia. So therefore, I would like to have your opinion on that. If we talk about Indonesia, if we personify this, how is it? Do you think? I would say, I hope.
Saya sampai bilang, kalau
I want to
keyakinan
Borobudur.
kita seperti saat ini,
If our faith is like right now,
bukan
we
Samawi,
see this not as the religion.
maka yang
I think then Borobudur would be gone. So from the Ministry of Culture and Education,
satu yang kita syukuri itu
if
dia
the
mengamankan Borobudur ini. Kalau orang
general,
beda keyakinan, bisa
if
saja
they're not,
satu fondasi rumah semua diangkut.
because otherwise Borobudur would not exist. They would just take, they would just take it as stones, as buildings.
Do you have to complete a lot of work? Just use wireless tag. Now, you can be a smart worker.
Punya batu, blok-blok batu gitu.
So these blocks, these big block stones, we also appreciate Mr. Harto, former president, who took UNESCO to come to make it as a cultural heritage. I'm not a Buddhist, but what I mean is,
Kalau nenek
if
moyang kita itu berpikir
our ancestors think
dengan pandangan radikal gitu.
with the radical views, I think all of these temples would not be existing. And from those sites that are found, like which others exist? Well, Borobudur is actually circled with
Bangun candi Borobudur.
the,
Si
there's all this
rajanya itu
Buddha and Hindu.
dimasukkan candi Hindu.
So the king did not destroy the Hindu temple. So Buddha and Hindu is different, right? But they did not destroy it. And when they all went to Bali,
Raja yang berkuasa kan
East Java, and the king, they mostly converted to Muslims, right? And nothing was being destroyed as well.
Nah, jadi saya katakan
So I'm saying that this is the real Indonesia that we are missing. About your faith, I cannot force, right? I mean, Najwa Shihab is Arabian, is the child of Quraysh Shihab, and you can see it from all of the features that you are Arabic. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like me, people, when they see me, but I never feel that I'm not Indonesian. Like, even though people called me like, you are like a camel with your long nose, I never felt like I'm not a part of Indonesia because your parents educated you well. And for me, for my case, people said that go back to China. You don't belong here. And my parents would say that is where our ancestors come from. But we are Indonesian. When we pass away, we would not be graved in China. So we are Indonesian. One day, you can be an official to help a lot of people. I said, how can I be? They call me pig. And then he said, trust me, one day you would fight for their rights
Kita perlu yakinin.
if they have the humanity. So therefore, we need to have the faith that Indonesia has the future. Okay, what about the COVID then? And then the presidents. So we are here in this position because we took the wrong foot. And also because of the Ministry of Health who
Benar juga ya, karena nggak ada negara mana
was late.
pengalaman
I think no, because no country is really experienced with this case. We have to be grateful that in Indonesia, relatively, it is not that bad. So this is something new.
orang di
Mhm. So people could have the wrong views or anything because we don't understand.
kita menghadapi
So all of a sudden, we come to a situation like this. And I think
dalam hal ini apa
that
yang
in this case, what is being done,
buruk banget.
actually, we are not that bad compared to other countries.
Berusaha lah, kita nggak usah
So we have to try to not just have a lot of critics, but have the empathy to fight together. Sorry, is it not good for you to criticize Jokowi? No, 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 no. It's not about that. If I meet him, I could criticize him. So then the handling of this, well, if it's just the two of us, I could criticize him. Okay, but you are still observing, evaluating politics, meeting people in politics, looking at the situation, still being in the prediction of 2024, who would lead Jakarta. So, do you still have these talks? No, especially during COVID, we don't meet a lot of people, right?
juga sih WA juga aku paling malas.
But there's also social, no, WhatsApp and all, for me, it's a waste of time. Like 5, 10 minutes, it would be wasting my time. Sometimes, when they send me a video, I would just say thank you. I don't have the time to actually look at the video. Like if it's 10 videos, that would be 1 hour. So, what is your social media? You don't play social media? Well, it is all work from Pertamina on my mobile phone.
Ajak saya masuk ke WA grup, saya tolak.
So if people invite me into a WhatsApp group, I would decline. Not that I don't want to, but I cannot follow. So there's a team,
Anak-anak muda lebih kurang 40 gitu.
transformers of young people at the age of 40-ish
Holding atau
of the all stock holdings of Pertamina.
mereka semua ada masalah,
And
mereka bahas.
when they have a problem, they would always
Itu mereka ngomong apa.
discuss that. So sometimes even when I don't answer, I do follow.
Karena mereka terus aktif kan.
And yeah, they are very active. So the commissionary that every time has meetings, I think that can be counted with our fingers. I don't know, but
Saya bangga, saya dirutnya Rukomut jadi.
I am the head director.
Apa tawa-tawaan. Kalau gaji beda 55% kan gitu.
So there's a difference of 55%.
170
How much is the salary? 170 million, more or less. But the bonus could be like 50 times the salary.
yen itu.
What they said
Dirut bisa dapat 25.
before, they could get 25 billion in a year. Yes, and those in banking is even crazier. They would get bigger compared to Pertamina.
Nggak berani buka di publik kan. Saya dimarahin juga. Ya buka ya. Lu jangan cerita ya.
And they were like, don't open this in public. Okay, I would like to go back to social media. You don't play social media, but when you were,
Itu karena kita udah
when there is someone who
iya. Nah, maksud saya,
did something against the law, you
ini
did
kan
report
masalah
that?
perceraian pernikahan kan tetap
Well,
menyakiti hati anak.
about marriage,
Itu undang-undang
divorce,
PSET
that
yang bilang
still
video tidak keluar juga
would
keluar.
hurt
Itu kan semua awalnya dari konsultasi
some people,
yang
right?
buat internal dikeluarkan.
So it is actually for internal, but then it was still distributed. And then from the conversation that actually took a long time was actually made into several minutes. So
Saya selalu ulang.
I always also say to my children, to the young people, do not get a divorce. But sometimes in a marriage, there is this events,
Terus
and unfortunately, there are a group of people who would always attack.
agak besar.
So I tell
Saya mau
my
jadi
child
presiden, apa-apa lah, atau nanti jadi
that
Niko, Natania, Daud
it's
juga
okay.
sama.
Okay,
Saya juga- makanya saya tunggu
Nico,
Daud
Natanya,
sampai
Daud. I wait until Daud is 12 years old so that he would understand more.
Saya pikir
So I think
kalau ini kan
if
kebohongan diulang-ulang.
so, this is a lie that is being repeated. People could take it as a truth. So I actually tell this person and I put the picture because people would like to see, and even for those overseas, so we make it the Instagram accounts. So they say that this is an unofficial child, and I said, no, I am married officially. There is a divorce letter and there is a marriage letter, and this person became even happier because on social media I'll always see that there is positive, negative. So this person became even happier, and I think this cannot go on. So let's go to the law so that you actually could stop. And some actually still would like to go against me. I actually like it when people don't think I would do anything about it. Because logically, why would I? Right? So logically, why would I want to get a divorce? Right? He would not dare. So I actually like it when people start to underestimate me. They think that I would not dare. So, like big people, small people. So it is more to give a message. That is why you take it to the law? Yes, yes. So this person would like to say sorry, would like to apologize. I'm like, no, I mean, do you actually know that my wife does not take me from the previous marriage? So don't add things like that, especially when my child is said that my child is not official. So I never know. I mean, it depends on God. If he goes to school, he or she goes to school, and then it's said that you are not officially from a marriage, and then my child could end up hitting someone, what about that? So therefore I take this to the law. So the target is, why does this person not think, because you say that you would like to go with Nico, Nathania, and Daud, that you would like to defend them, but this person is not thinking that you are attacking the father. You know, the dad stays the dad, the mom stays the mom. So people start cutting the conversations. So for the young people who right now are like they are on social media, and social media is toxic, like what you experience as well, with people who would comment a lot and doubt themselves. What would you say? Well, in this digital moments, whatever we do, whatever we talk is being recorded, even until thousands of years to come. So it means it would not be gone. So for the young people, life, enjoy today. So in this digital time, sometimes everything goes too fast. If we know too much, then we are confused to enjoy life because you have a lot of wills. Therefore, I say we need to accept the things that we cannot do and enjoy the moment. Tomorrow, I have learned what we worry might not happen. So that is what I experienced in my years of prison. So what I worry might not happen, and it does not happen. And whatever went by, even something that I would really like to hold on to, I have to be willing to let go. So I become healthy. I become happy like today because I start to learn. So I really actually am thankful for people who put me in prison. So actually, this world, we don't have to run too fast. And Confucius said, late is okay as long as you still go forward. That's what my child says. And I'm like, that is just your excuse for your studies. But I think that is actually correct. Those who actually graduate earlier might not have a job faster than me, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So as long as you work well, you do good, I think that's it.